What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and today we have a beautiful little match watch along, which I'm very excited to do. It is the Euro U21 final between Germany and Portugal, and of course, you guys know who we're going to be going for today. It is not a shock; it is going to be Germany. It is going to be a fun watch along. I'm excited to see this game. I'm hoping the Germans can see it through. I'm sure we have a good chunk of German subscribers here on the channel, obviously, considering the fact that, you know, it's a Borussia Dortmund fan channel. We have a lot of German fans. It makes sense. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. We'll be able to join along and watch a pretty fun game, depending on obviously where you guys are watching from today. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm kind of nervous. I hope Germany can win. I definitely hope Germany can win, but that Portuguese side is decently strong. So I hope you guys are excited for it. We'll take a quick look at the starting 11. Obviously, Germany, as you guys can see on screen, I'll make it a little bit bigger for you guys just to get you a better little view of it. They're lining up in the 4-2-3-1. The star man, as we know, is going to be Florian Wirtz. We know that any success that's going to be driven from this squad is going to come from him. I'm excited to see what he can do. He's showed it on big stages. He's a consistent performer for Leverkusen. He's my man to keep an eye on for today. And I'm hoping that that they can see it through, because I wasn't expecting them to make it to the final, if I'm being completely honest, and I'm fairly happy that they're there. Portugal is lining up in a 4-1-2-1-2, that sometimes dreaded diamond midfield, which will be interesting. The star player for them, looking at it, is Danny Mata, the young striker who actually represented Luxembourg at U21 level before making the jump on over to Portugal. Should be pretty fun. He's been really pretty decent so far, and I've been fairly impressed with what he does. He plays in Serie B over in Italy, done some good things there, but he's definitely showing his skill set here in the U21 level. But the game is coming up, and I'm pretty much looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys are able to watch it as well, depending on where you guys are in the world. But Jamal Musiala is not with them, but I hope that Germany will win. I only know one player. Jamal, yeah, it's a shame. Mukuku would have also been in this squad. He was on the bench for a couple of them, but that was about as good as it got for our young Dortmund lad there. But yeah, guys, if you want to like the video, you absolutely can. It means a lot. And subscribe if you guys are new. How's your day going, Josh? It's going pretty well. I'm excited to sit down and watch this final. It should be a good affair. I think they're relatively even. I've been pretty impressed with watching this Portuguese side. Makes me a little bit nervous going up against Germany, but we'll have to wait and see. Got a prediction of a 3-0 Germany final win. That'd be lovely. It's a beautiful looking trophy as well. The under 21 Euros. I'm looking at it, and it's a nice one. But I hope Portugal lose. I don't care if Germany wins. I just really hope Portugal lose. Well, there's going to be one of two outcomes coming on in this match, and yes, it will be one of the two teams will definitely be losing. But also, a former BVB youth player, Amos Piper, is playing. Yes, he is. He plays for Arminia Bielefeld, and he's going to be a very important player to this German side when it comes to the back line. Hoping that he can shut it down. It's also nice to see that there's a good chunk of supporters in the stadium today, which is fantastic, man. But I'm able to get access to the game, which I'm lucky for. So hopefully a lot of you guys who are watching are able to watch it as well. Should be pretty fun. It's going to be a close and tight affair, but I don't know. I have a good feeling that hopefully Germany can see this one through. But let me know where you guys are watching today and what you guys think that the score prediction is going to be. There's some good Bundesliga talent in this squad. They went through a couple. I can bring it up on the screen for you guys to show the path that Germany did take to get to this final. Germany's last few fixtures. The big ones were obviously in the Euros. They won 3-0 in their first match. They drew against the Netherlands. Then they also drew against Romania, which was tough. Then they went through to Denmark in the quarters, where they won 7-8 on penalties, then took on the Netherlands. A tough Netherlands squad, but won 2-1 to go to the finals against Portugal. If we want to take a look at Portugal's little run that they had here, we'll go to their fixture list. And they took on some good ones as well. They had a 1-0 win against Croatia, followed by a 2-0 win against England and Switzerland. Took on Italy with a 5-3 victory in the quarters, Spain in the semis, and now they're taking on Germany in the finals. And it should be an enticing matchup. Pretty excited for it. Who am I? I was named to the German national team, and Josh chants my name when he cheers for his favorite hockey team. Answer, Robin Gosens. Yes. I saw that beautiful game, and I thought that was very clever on your part. Robin Gosens. I'm a Senators fan, for those of you guys who care about hockey. Also, Team Canada is playing in the finals right now as well, so will be an interesting one. Definitely will be an interesting one. But we'll see if we can get the live ticker going for you guys for today's matchup. For those of you guys who aren't able to get to it, maybe you'll be able to take a look at the live ticker and at least try to follow it along. Live ticker. See if it comes up. See if it'll come up. It'd be nice if it does. But for my predictions for this game, I'm thinking Germany's going to see it through. I think there's going to be some goals. I'm going to say 2-1 for Germany. So let me know if you guys agree. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. Helps with the stream, and hopefully give a little bit of luck to our German friends there and see what we can do. But I do like the 3-0 Germany prediction, and I'm going to toss that one up on the screen for you guys to take a look at. But kickoff should be underway in about a minute's time. A lot of young talent on display, but my eyes are going to be on Florian Wirtz. Are there any Dortmund players on the German team? There are not. There are some former Dortmund players. Amos, for example, is playing for Bielefeld. U23 international. But Moukoko would have been on this team if he was fit. He was in the lineup for a couple times, but unfortunately, he just wasn't quite able to get back in time to make it. It's a shame. It would have been nice to see Moukoko there. Very young player. But is what it is, man. Is what it is. But it is a strong lineup for Germany, but it's a strong lineup for Portugal as well. It's hard to know exactly who to give the odds to in this one. But it's two completely different formations. A 4-1-2-1-2 can be a very tricky formation to take on against. But if Germany can get it right on the day, I mean, I just want to see the likes of Florian Wirtz fly. It's a moment for him, pick up some pretty important silverware, and I'm very excited to see what he'll hopefully be able to come up with in today's match. But I am gonna put it on the ticker for you guys, and hopefully it will look good. I think it will. But Florian Wirtz is playing out on the outside, which it depends on the skill level of where he could be, because he could easily play as a number 10. He can play in the midfield. He can play out as a winger as well. So it will be kind of cool to see where he is today, see how he does. But I'm excited for this one. The captains are coming up for the handshake, and before we get this thing underway, along with Luka Killian, yes, there's a couple Dortmund youngsters on this team. There's also a couple players on Arminia Bielefeld as well. But again, my eyes are going to be on Florian Wirtz, man. I think when it comes to this match, it is going to be a big game changer for him. And we are rumored to sign. Oh, I did not know that. Should touch on that a little bit more, my man. Wow, Josh, are you Germany fans? So yes, I mean, for those of you guys who don't know, my background is from Germany. Part of the reason I got into Borussia Dortmund was through my roots. It's on my dad's side, but my great-grandfather was born in Germany, and then both my grandparents and my parents were born in Canada, so I am very Canadian, but my biggest background comes from Germany, so they are my European country that I support. It's Canada for obvious reasons, but when it comes to the Euros and previous World Cups, because the Canadian men's national team was never in it, I would support Germany. That's where my roots are from, and I'm hoping to win a little silverware today. And it's a shame that Moukoko couldn't come on. It kind of sucks, but it's gonna be pretty cool nonetheless. Portugal had a very impressive path to the final, knocking out some big teams from the game stats. However, they got lucky that they beat Spain in the semis and were outpossessed. Well said, my man. And honestly, both of these teams to me were surprises to get here. The number one, in my opinion, the number one team that should have won this tournament, if you looked at it, was by far France. France is, when we had a conversation with Manuel about this, and the transfer market value of that French team was absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. And the fact that they got knocked out by the Dutch was a huge upset. It's one that you like to see, because they hands down should have been the favorites there. But I was excited to see them not progress, and we're fine with it. But we are underway right now, and we're gonna hope for a little bit of possession. I have a feeling that Germany's gonna have a little bit more of the possession than Portugal will. But yeah, both countries deserve a huge round of applause to be able to get to this final, because I don't think either one were really the odds are our favorite. But if you are new to the channel, please be sure to drop a like on the stream. It is much appreciated, as well as subscribe if you guys are new. Gonna watch our boys, but yeah, Sebastian is here, and he is in Rome right now. So he's got some tickets to some of the Euro games, guys. So Sebastian, would you like to tell us which games that you have tickets to? Also, what video games do you play other than FIFA? I don't play very much video games other than FIFA. I haven't played a lot of video games this year, mainly because of the reason of the channel. It was hard to it was really hard actually to get into video games, because FIFA, if you guys know FIFA very well, it just takes up so much of your time. So much of your time. So I wasn't really able to get into anything like that this year, but for a long time I was a big FIFA player. I really did enjoy playing it. But give me some predictions, guys. What are your predictions on today's match? It should be an interesting one. I'll leave the lineup there for you guys. I was trying to get the ticker to work, which is kind of weird. But we'll put that one up for you. The live ticker isn't on, which is a shame on FootMob. It usually has a pretty good play-by-play for you guys who aren't able to watch it, but it doesn't look like it's actually coming up on today's match. But you got some wordings you guys can read, I guess, if you aren't able to get it. But let me know where you guys are watching from today. I am watching from good old Canada, and yeah, it should be pretty fun. But yes, let me know if any of you guys are going to any Euro games this summer, because Sebastian here has tickets for France versus Germany that he cannot go to, which is a huge shame, because I would just be so cool to be able to go to one of those matches, man. But he will be at the opening game in Rome, which is also very cool. Which is also definitely very cool. But all eyes today for me are on Florian Wirtz. But I am going to try to find a way to get a live ticker for you guys. For those of you guys who aren't maybe able to watch the match, I'm going to do my best to get some live ticker, some action for you guys. But let me know who you guys are cheering for. I'm assuming a lot of our viewers will be going for Germany, like myself. Ronnie says hello. Ronnie, how you doing, my man? Let me know who you are going for in today's match. I'm from Portugal, and I'm very nervous. So Ronnie is a Portugal supporter. That's okay. That's okay, my man. It's gonna be a good game nonetheless. But yes, for those of you guys who don't know why I'm going for Germany, if you guys are new to the channel, this is the Borussia Dortmund fan channel. We do work with the club, which is very cool. We're obviously focusing on growing Dortmund in the English-speaking market, but my background is from Germany. So, you know, my background is from Germany, but it's pretty cool. So that's why I'm gonna be cheering for Germany. It's my secondary country when I cheer for national teams. I'm born in Canada. My grandparents are. So like I'm Canadian through and through, but my background of mine comes from Germany. So that's why I'll be going for Germany today. But it looks like we're gonna have some Portuguese some Portuguese supporters here in the channel, which will be kind of nice because get a little different perspective. I guess I'll just toss the lineup up because it doesn't seem like we'll be getting we'll be able to find a way to get the live ticker to work, which is a shame. It's usually a beautiful live ticker. We played terrible versus Spain and got lucky to win. Yeah, that Spanish squad was definitely one that I thought was going to have a chance to go to the final. We were also talking about the fact that more than likely that France team was going to go to the final, so it's honestly quite incredible to see the finalists the way that they are. It was good for Portugal. They got a good, talented young team. Any of you Portuguese supporters out there want to tell me a little, I guess, a little input to Mata, because I was very impressed with his tournament so far, and I thought it very interesting that he has represented Luxembourg at the U21 level, and then obviously he decided to go up and represent Portugal, which is probably the wiser thing to do. He does look like a young, talented man playing in Serie B. But Baku's one I'm going to be keeping an eye on as well, because as a Dortmund supporter, talking about a player that I would be desperate to sign, it would be Baku. He's had a good display here in the U21s. That's an excellent move along there as well. But he also got the versatility of being able to come forward, to be able to put balls in the box. He can play as a winger. He can play as a fullback. And I'd like to see what damage he could do. He'd be my dream type of signing for the Dortmund offseason, because I think he would just hit so many marks. We have a lack of depth when it comes to the wings. We have a lack of depth when it comes to a fullback. And it'd be very interesting to see him to get on there. So I'm very excited for this today. And hopefully you guys are as well. But Ronnie, my man, where are you watching from today? Are you in Portugal? Got Florian Wirtz looking good. That's a good opening chance. Both teams already 7 minutes in to seem to be going for it, which is gonna make this a very enticing little matchup there. But that's a good little run there. Chipped in the box. Oh, nice turn. Oh, excellent chance there from Thomas. I may be a little bit behind some of you guys, so if I am, I'm assuming that was the chance that Ronnie was referring to. But yeah, I definitely am maybe a little bit behind. It was a nice turn there by Thomas, but wasn't quite on target. The Portuguese were looking very interested in it. But I'm from Porto in Portugal. Very, very cool, Ronnie. Very, very cool. Obviously, you are a Portugal supporter then, being from Porto, which is very cool as well. Got a Canadian lad linked to you. Eustachio, who obviously plays in Liga NOS. Did very well this year. He's been linked to Porto, so he might have a little Canadian blood that may join you if you are indeed a Porto supporter, which I'm kind of thinking you may be. But I can't find a live ticker for you guys, so I am just going to keep it on the lineup. I don't think you guys really want to take a look at that, so I'm just gonna keep it on the lineup. You got the timer there. It's about as good as it gets. And then I'll put it there. So hopefully you guys can at least see the time. You know where we are. But there's a corner kick coming here for Germany. And we get to really sit down and enjoy it now. Come on, Germany, says Kevin. Yeah, it's gonna be a tight affair, man. It's gonna be a tight affair. Good memories of Portugal-Germany game in the 2014 World Cup. Yeah, when these two nations kick it off, it is usually a good watch. I'm excited for it. Very curious to see the way that this one can go. Barani says, yeah, hopefully we get him. I support. Well, there you go, my man. That's very cool. This is a mini Euro before the main Euro. It is. I've always really enjoyed watching the U21 tournaments. You get to see a lot of young talent. I remember watching Holtby back in the day. Very, very talented. Very talented kid. Struggling a little bit on Wi-Fi though, so I'm gonna pop up the main one. I don't know what. Hopefully it kind of went back to normal. But I don't wanna lose you guys here. But I'm a little bit behind some of you guys. I don't have access to the game in Canada, so I'm watching it through different means. So hopefully you guys will be okay with that. That's a nice little move right there, but very well defended. Got a couple of Germany supporters in the chat as well. Oh, that's a tough challenge. We are very good at this level of football. Yes, you are. The Portuguese have been very good. The Spanish have been very good, and the Germans have been very good of late. But this year, man, like that French team, it's quite incredible that they weren't able to pull it off and lost to that Dutch team. The Dutch team's got some pretty good players that come from the Dutch league, but in my opinion, that team was just unbelievably strong. I'm very surprised that they got knocked out in the way that they did. And yeah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to find a stream that is any better. So we're gonna watch it. I'm at the 11-minute-ish mark right now, and we'll sit back and we will enjoy. I think Germany will win 1-0. I think that's a pretty good guess, man. I think this is gonna be a pretty tight affair. Both teams have seemed to have a couple chances come relatively early. They're kind of feeling each other out, but I do think it's gonna be an interesting one to see. But Ronnie thinks that the Portuguese will steal it 1-0. So for you German supporters out there, who's the one player on this German squad that you guys are the most impressed with? I mean, it's probably an obvious question. I think Florian Wirtz is the answer, but Baku is another good one to take a look at, man. Very talented young player, done some wonderful things for Wolfsburg, and will just probably continue to keep growing the way that he has as a player. But Ronnie, what about you, my man? Which one of these players in Portugal has impressed you the most this tournament? Because after watching some highlights and the games of Mata throughout this tournament, that's where I'm putting a little bit of my money. The match has played well for Germany. He has. He's a talented striker as well. Oh, that's an excellent play right there. A well done block. But yeah, he's done very well. He's done very well in the Belgium league as well. He's a talented striker. I think he'll probably make that next step in his career relatively soon. But it's been impressive watching a lot of these young German teams. I don't know why. I just had a feeling that it would have been a tough match for them to try to get to this final. I'm very impressed that they did get there. And it's a good showcase for some of these young German players to make that next move. I remember years and years ago watching Lewis Holtby, for example, lighting it up in the final when Germany was there. He was such an incredible talent. Obviously, his career went a little bit differently, but Lewis Holtby was where I first kind of heard of him and saw him progress was at this tournament, and it's very cool to see a lot of young players like this really get their touch into their national team. But hopefully, we got some new guys to the channel, and if we do, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and let me know what you guys think of the score predictions. We just got another one who came in, says 2-0. There's a good chance there for Thomas. Tucking down relatively easy, but Ronnie says that he's mostly impressed with Thomas in the tournament so far, and he's a good young striker for Sporting. I think he's got a probably pretty bright future as well. Just had a decent little chance there. It's been a great game so far. It has. It's what you want a final to look like. When finals can come in, no matter what competition is, it can be awkward for teams to kind of break out and really go for it. It can be challenging because there's nerves. These are young kids. They're in a big game, showing for some national pride. But it's gonna be a nerve-wracking game for both of them. But they are seeming to go for it, which is making this a little more appealing on the eyes. But I was debating whether to do a watch-along of this match or the Croatia versus Belgium friendly, but I had a feeling that none of the Dortmund players on that Belgium side would start anyways, so I figured I'd rather watch the final. Oh, nice little cut back there. Oh, so Ronnie, I am a good chunk behind you, my man. But what a hit! That is wild. And that's what this kid can do. Just a beautiful, beautiful cutback. Hits it with pace. Took a wicked deflection off the bar. I am a good chunk behind time now, but I played at this tournament at under 16 level when I was 14. Very cool, my man. Very cool. I was definitely not that good to be playing at a tournament level like this here in Canada, but that's very incredible, my man. Toronto Portuguese Ricardo, my man. I live relatively close to Toronto. I live about an hour and a half from Toronto. If you can see right above me there, you see a couple Toronto FC kits. I live near Woodstock, Ricardo. If you have any idea where that is, near Woodstock, London area. So Toronto is not that far from me. But I'm assuming Ricardo is here to cheer on the Portuguese. Got a corner kick coming up. I'm a right back, and I like to get up and down. It's a very underrated position, and in the modern game, it's a very important one. So, absolutely love to hear it. I was a winger growing up. But again, the Canadian level is very, very different than where you would have played in Portugal, my man. So, definitely wasn't playing at quite the high level that you probably were. But it is pretty cool to see nonetheless. There's a lot of Portuguese people who've obviously come to Canada. I mean, Eustachio, for example, is one who's, I mean, he could have represented, I believe, Portugal as well, but he obviously chose Canada, which is pretty cool. And we've recruited a couple other young Portuguese players, so it's a nice little connection, the Canadian-Portuguese connection. But yeah, I mean, I was relatively fast. I was a long distance runner in my life, so had a good amount of pace I've tried to use, but haven't been able to play the sport because of COVID for a while, which is just a shame. But I'm doing a little bit of mostly recruiting, trying to do some recruiting here, keeping an eye on some of these young players. I have nothing but good things to say about Florian Wirtz. I think he's gonna have such an unbelievable future. I think he's, in my opinion, he's a little bit more highly regarded than Kai Havertz was at his age, and I think he's just naturally gonna make that step to the next level when he's ready. Football is religion over here. Same with Brazil, and it's good to hear. It's very different here in Canada. Very different here in Canada. I don't know if we have any Canadians that are in the chat today, but I can promise you it's a different look here in Canada. There's different focuses than football, but it's a work in progress. It is growing, but yeah, it's a touch of a scouting mission. Just because I work for Dortmund, we have a lot of content coming up around Dortmund throughout the summertime. I got to make some transfers episodes, so. There's a couple players on here that were former Dortmund players. There's a couple players that have been linked to Dortmund. So I would like to, take my little toll, because Makuka was supposed to be playing in this tournament, but unfortunately, due to injury, was not able to. But there's a foul there. Little swing and a miss. Ottawa is filled with a lot of people of Portuguese who have come from the islands off of the Atlantic. Very cool. I did not know that. Ottawa's been a pretty, at least for Canadians, I find, Ottawa's been a good starting home for a lot of talent that has come from Canada. Obviously, a lot of growth came when the Fury came to it, but. If only Musala was playing with Wirtz and Mukoko. Yeah, man, that would have been deadly. Jamal would have brought so much to this team. He probably would have played it as the 10. I mean, I don't. It'd have been a little. It'd have been a little bit tricky to get Moukoko in the starting 11 because of his age. He's still very, very young. This is a tournament that's got 23-year-olds in it. But Moukoko is a talent nonetheless. It's a beautiful ball, and what a save out for a corner kick for Germans. That's what they can do, opening up that defense. It was an excellent run. Beautiful little touch, and he went for the dink, but it was a nice save in the end. It was. The keeper stood up well. Good save, good palm to it, put it out for a corner. Now we got a corner kick coming in. And as well. When I played, we got to the semifinals and we lost on penalties, so I know what the nerves are like in these finals. Yeah, it doesn't matter what level of football it is, man. When it comes to matches like this and when you represent your country and it's a knockout tie, they can be deadly scary. And it's going to be pretty cool to see how this game turns out. A lot of nervous Portuguese in there, a lot of nervous Germans as well, so it should be pretty fun. But yeah, it would have been a lot sweeter if Moukoko could have been in this tournament. Obviously, such a young talent. The injury kind of put a little damper to his season, but hopefully he'll come back stronger next season. He's very young still, 16 years old, and would have been playing with 23s. It's very impressive. And Musiala would have brought a lot as well. It would have been scary. It would have made them a lot, especially just Jamal and himself would have brought just so much to this squad. But this German squad does look good. I mean, they've had a fair few chances in this match. So is Portugal. It's been very, very well balanced, very open. Makes it a good watch. If you guys haven't done so already, please drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you're new. And let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm curious to see where the fans from the world are. Good little cross there by Baku, but it does very well. Good run down the left flank. But with a decent cross, took it with his weak foot. No one quite got to it. Oh, that's gotta be a foul, ref. No. Wasn't given. And Portugal got to go the other way. Does very, very well. It was a good chunk of pace. Dortmund winning the Bundesliga next season. I don't know. It'll be interesting. For those of you guys who are fans of the Bundesliga know that out of the top 8 teams in last season's finish, and you could arguably say just the top 7 teams in general, Gladbach finished in 8th. Union Berlin finished in 7th. But out of those top 8 teams last season, 7 are going to have different managers. The only club in that top 8 who won't is Union Berlin. They had a very remarkable season to finish up in 7th. And I think it's having that many different managerial changes is going to be massive to this season. I think it's going to make it very interesting to see how the teams will match up, to see if Bayern can get it together with Nagelsmann. They're not used to playing different formations, different tactics. Hansi Flick is usually a 4-2-3-1 straight kind of guy. So it will be very interesting to see how Dortmund line up next season under Rosa. They have Terzic there as well. Does very well, Germany does. But I do think that Dortmund have a chance, man. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Sancho. It was a good little rush there from the Germans. But I mean, I would desperately hope that Dortmund win. We're working on the club with something that's going to be coming up soon. So hopefully you international fans can keep an eye on the channel, because Dortmund is coming up with something that we'll be showcasing here on the channel, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But there's nothing more I'd like to see than Dortmund to win the channel, man. Winning the Bundesliga and being able to cover it on the channel would be an absolute dream come true. But it's going to be tough. Not an easy task. Bayern will still be good. Leipzig will be good. Nice little switch there, but from the Portuguese. The game has seemed really relaxed in the sense of a defensive awareness around it. Like I said, when I find at the start of finals, you like to sit back, you like to feel how the game's going to be going before you really go in and attack, and it just seems like in this matchup They are just both going for it, and it is making it very appealing on the eyes. Makes it a fun watch. Makes it a very interesting final. But I'm hoping to see a goal here soon. But I feel bad. Ronnie and I are making a nice connection here on the channel. But I am going for the Germans. But there's been chances at both ends, and there's been a lot of young talent on display here, and it is a fun little watch. Would you prefer to win the UEFA Champions League or the league? That's a tough question, man. I don't know. Let me know on the chat, guys. For your club, doesn't matter who your club is. Would you rather win the league or the Champions League? Because I think it depends on the team, obviously. Because, like, for example, if you take a look at Madrid, after Madrid won those 3 Champions Leagues in a row, they were desperate to win La Liga. The Liga became top priority. Barca was winning a lot of La Ligas, and the opposite effect happened to them. They're desperate to win a Champions League. Man City, desperate to win a Champions League. Bayern, Juve, all desperate to win a Champions League because they want to win something that they haven't really been able to achieve of late. And that's because they win the league constantly. Like Juve, for example, are just desperate. It's why they brought in Ronaldo. But when I say it, I personally want to see us end Bayern's dominance. I think it would be sweeter for me as a Dortmund fan to see us take down Bayern in the league than to win the Champions League. Don't get me wrong, if we won the Champions League, I would be on cloud 9 as well. But we need to figure out a way to end Bayern's dominance, man. But here comes Baku down the right-hand side. Relatively poor effort with the left, but you can't expect that too much, man. But, I mean, it's a Champions League. It's such a hard task, but after a 34-game season and putting your heart and soul into every single game, I just want to see Bayern not be able to pull it off and finally see Dortmund be able to get their first title since 2012. Ronnie says, I'd rather win the Champions League even though we haven't won the league all that recent. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I said. It all depends about the certain situations because when you're taking a look at that Porto side, you have won the league. Odds are that you can compete in the league every single season pretty much. To have that chance to go to a Champions League final and win something that you haven't won since 2004, I'd assume that you would want to take something like that on. But does very, very well there to win a foul. The Beautiful Game says, for me, the Champions League for sure, BBB Kings of Europe. It's a beautiful debate. It really is. And like a Dortmund fan right there just said that they want to see us be Kings of Europe. And like I said, I would never be against Dortmund winning the Champions League, not by any stretch. I don't know. The league has been hanging over my head for so many years now. I'm sick of seeing Bayern win it, and I want to put the end to their dominance. That's the reason I would put the league a little bit ahead of the Champions League. But I had heartbreak in 2013 against Bayern, so maybe a little revenge would be sweet there as well. It's a nice ball there. Oh, it does very well. I feel like a lot of the chances are starting to go Germany's way, Ronnie. I'm not sure if you're sweating it or not, but it's been appealing on the eyes, guys. So let me know if you guys are new to the chat, and let me know where you guys are watching from today. We got Ronnie from Porto in Portugal. I'm watching from Canada. We got someone from Toronto, another Canadian here, which is nice. Hello, my friend. Can put... Oh, nice save. What a hit. Good save by the Portuguese keeper, man. It was a good look. About 20 yards out. Absolute... That was an excellent save, my man. Hello, my friend. Can put a translator. I can't, but I hope you're doing well, my man. My dream would be meeting Schalke in the Champions League game. That would be something. Yeah, I don't think Schalke is going to be going to a Champions League anytime soon, man. They're going to be very interesting. I'm not sure if any of you guys have any input on how you think they're going to do in the Bundesliga 2 next season, because I've been saying for a while I don't think they're going to do relatively well. I felt like they're going to be something similar to how Hamburg's been down there for so long. I don't think they're going to bounce back right away, but they have recruited... I mean, they've recruited a striker who knows how to score in that league. They have young Matthew Hoppe, who I think is going to be very important if he can have a breakout year. They lost Huntelaar. They're losing Klasinic, so they're losing 2 players who I thought maybe was going to stick around. But, I mean, Huntelaar, in my opinion, isn't a huge loss for them, especially with the emergence of Matthew Hoppe, who I think is going to have a good season next year if he stays. But it is always cool to take on a rival like that, but Schalke will not touch a Champions League for a while. But it could be a nice dream for somewhere down the road. But the Portuguese keeper is still down. He had a nice collision there with the post. Looks like the backup keeper is looking to maybe warm up a little bit. There's a good chunk of fans in the stadium as well, which is very cool to see, man. Are any of you guys living in Europe that are going to be attending any of the Euro games this summer? A nice member here on the channel, Sebastian, if he is still here, is going to the opening match, which is very cool. He's got tickets for the France-Germany game. He's told me to try to get there if I could, but I can't. I don't think in quarantine ways, I guess I could pull it off going from Canada to Europe, but I would have loved to go to that match. Nice ball there. Lots of big clubs in the Bundesliga 2 right now. It will be hard for Schalke to gain promotion. Absolutely it will, my man. Absolutely it will. It's going to be absolutely insane to see kind of what happens at that second league. We've got some big teams. Bremen's another big one that it would be a shame for them to not be able to get it going, because it is. It's a shame. It is. Bremen's a huge club. Schalke's a huge club. Hamburg's still a huge club. Like, it's tough for these big clubs to be stuck down in the second division, and only 2 of them, if maybe 3 of them, can come up. And for some reason, I just have unless you see some young breakout talent of Schalke step it up next season, I think that they're going to be stuck down there for a little bit longer. But I would like to see Bremen bounce back up. And I'd like to see Hamburg come back up. Those are my 2 front runners for the Bundesliga 2 next season. No love lost for Schalke. You guys know that. But I'm curious, any Dortmund fans out there, would you like to see Schalke come back up to the Bundesliga? Do you think it's funny for one season, or do you want to see them stuck down there as long as you can? Because I've heard multiple decisions. I've heard some people saying that they miss the derby too much. They'd like to see Schalke bounce back up. And then have no love lost, and they can stay down there as long as they can. But we'll have to see, man. We will have to see. Be sure to drop a like, guys, if you haven't already. We're at 22 likes. See if we can get up towards 30, if we can make that happen. I think Germany's been the better team so far, though. I think they've created a little bit more chances, looked a little more dangerous, and I'm hoping sooner rather than later it could come up. But I have that was a good defensive block out for a German corner, but an absolutely beautiful comment coming in from Jasper, who says, Schalke BVB U23 derby in the 2022-2023 season. That would be absolutely hilarious. That would just be a gut punch if the BVB U23s took on Schalke in 2022-23. Oh man, that'd be painful, man. Josh, I would like to take seconds to appreciate the hard work and branding of your channel. Keep it up, my man. George from Syria. George, that means so much to me, my man. I really appreciate the kind words. It's been quite an experience since we started here on YouTube. Had a lot of success early on, a lot of love for Dortmund around the world, and of course the Canadian men's national team, who we cover, and some German men's national team stuff as well. And due to the love and support of you guys, we have a partnership with Borussia Dortmund. We have a partnership with the club, man, and we're working on a project with them that's going to come out in the summertime, which I'm very proud to be a part of. It's a cool way to interact with all Dortmund fans from international, and it's going to be very cool. I'm very proud to be a part of it, and the kind words, George, do mean a lot. I hope you guys do enjoy the content on the channel, and hopefully continuing to grow with you guys and support Dortmund and hopefully winning the title next year, but we'll see. Hell yeah, there is nothing better than smashing Schalke twice a year. So there you go. So there's a Dortmund fan who wants to see them bounce back up. I do think they have a good shot, but I think it's going to be one of the most competitive Bundesliga 2s in decades. I truly do. It's not an easy division to bounce back up for. We've seen, like I said, Hamburg. We've also seen teams like Hanover and Nuremberg be stuck there. Those are two massive clubs in Germany as well. Good fan bases, but they can't figure out a way to compete for promotion or even one of the qualification promotion spots. And now having Bremen, having Schalke, having a talented Kiel side, it's gonna be hard, man. But I do appreciate the kind words, George. It means a lot. Oh, it's a good set piece, but a poor header in the end. 35 minutes in, and I think Portugal got off one there. I think it might have been offside anyways. We have stayed in the game well. We've proven against Spain that we can stay in games and strike to win it once. Yeah, and that's kind of looking like the way that the game's going is a little bit of balance of play has had a little bit of effect on the Portuguese side, but they're definitely coming back into the game. They can definitely hit on the counter, and they do look relatively well organized. But there's been a couple times that Germany had a look. Obviously, the one that went off the crossbar was a huge opportunity to take a lead. The only thing that it will please me is winning the Bundesliga next season. Well said, man. And like I said, when it comes to interest of the Bundesliga and seeing 7 new managers out of the top 8 sides in the Bundesliga is insane. It's not an easy thing to do to completely switch. Hansi Flick is a much different manager than Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann's going to come in with all kinds of tactical decisions to make. He switches his formation left, right, and center. And these players are used to playing in a simple 4-2-3-1. It's what Bayern's used to playing. It's not a formation you see too much with Nagelsmann. You see those 4-4-2s, the 4-2-2-2s, the 3-4-2s, or 3-4-1-2s. So I'm very curious to see if he can get it right, and if he can't, maybe he gets a little pressure. Marco Rosa hopefully have a good start. It will be interesting, but it was a good run there by Baku. It was taken down from behind, and no foul was given on the play. Kind of frustrating, but whatever. Now, playing in a 4-1-2-1-2 like Portugal do leave a lot of space for their fullbacks. And when I looked at the starting 11 and saw Portugal in that diamond midfield, the 4-1-2-1-2, and seeing how dangerous someone like Baku could be coming from a right-back position, very attacking-oriented, good crosser of the ball, good finisher as well, it's kind of scary to see that kind of pace coming down you for the ends, but having that diamond, it does help with aerial duels, and Portugal has done relatively well with it, but Germany's definitely been the better side so far, in my opinion, over 37 minutes. They have a corner right now, very well and easily taken by the Portugal's keeper. Good ball out there to the side, but does well once again. Nothing more special and brilliant than 2016. We won the Euros. I remember us all being in school watching it, everyone going mental when we scored. That would have been very cool, man. That would have been very, very cool. Coming from being in Portugal, being in school during it, being able to watch the game. It's a very cool story. It was cool. I mean, I was going for Portugal in the final just because, I don't know. I mean, I just thought it'd be funnier. Not funnier, but it would have been more of a story to see Portugal take down France on home soil and having a bit of an inferior squad. And seeing someone like Ronaldo pick up a piece of international silverware was pretty cool as well. So when Eder hit that one from just outside the box, quite a finish. And yeah, the Portuguese went wild, man. Who's gonna sign for BBB for a Sancho replacement? Yeah, the Jadon Sancho replacement, man, is gonna be an interesting one. I'm not 100% sure who it's gonna be. My gut tells me that if Sancho leaves, Daniel Malen will come in. I know it's not a like-for-like type replacement, but, good hit there from top of the box, just over the net. But for me, Malen has been heavily linked with Dortmund for a long time now, and I just feel like there's been so many rumors about a gentleman's agreement that it may happen. It may happen. I feel like he can play out on the wings. He's got that experience. He's got the agent connection. I don't know. Who do you guys think will replace Jadon Sancho at Dortmund if Sancho does choose to move on? Because for me, I don't have a real out-and-out option. I'd like to maybe see someone like Bailey come in with that rapid speed or Diaby. Oh, that's a nice header, man. Oh, it's got to be a foul. But But I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. I really do. Does very well there. Bit of an injury, though. Kevin says, come on, Germany. I'm feeling you, Kevin. I'm hoping we can go far, potentially win it again, although I know we are not the favorites. I think France are. France, yeah, I agree with you, my man. I think France are definitely the favorites. I think they have all the firepower that they need, on top of having someone like Benzema come back in this squad. You have a different type of Griezmann, though. A Griezmann who's not near as confident as he is. I think that's going to hurt them desperately, but you have Mbappe, you have Pogba, you have Benzema. Good keeper, solid center backs. I think it'll be interesting. I'm hoping more or not that Belgium can be one of the sides that could be a surprise package that hopefully will be able to come in with a little bit of danger. But great job, Josh. Keep it up. Halftime TV. Hope you're doing well, my man. Appreciate the kind words. Having a nice little chat here. Halftime TV, who are you going for in today's match? Germany? Portugal? Do you have a preference? I said 3-0, but I'm feeling 1-0 win. We were talking about the predictions beforehand, and I think most of us have relatively agreed that the match kind of just screams a 1-0 type of game, 1-1 type of game. It's going to be an interesting match, but it's going to be tight. Portugal is doing very well holding this thing down, but you're asking how Germany is playing. I think they're playing very well, man. I think that they're trying to take their chances when they can. Both teams are going for it, but from the start of the match, I'd say about 20 minutes in, Germany's pretty much taken over. They do look the better team, and it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do. But Halftime TV agrees with me, says that Germany look up for it, and they absolutely do, man. They do. They have the firepower. They've had a couple good opportunities. But when it comes to a final, kind of similar to the way that Portugal won their Euros in 2016, is they're not going to be the team that dominates, but when it comes down to it, and if you can know how to play like you can during the team, you can get something done. And it's going to be cool to see. We're leading up to halftime, though. We're in the group of death, but third can still qualify. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. And we'll be doing a lot of German men's national team streams during the Euros as well. We'll be doing a lot of streams during the group of death, but it's gonna be a tight affair, man. It's gonna be a tight affair. I mean, the German men's national team fans don't have a ton of confidence, I think, in Germany. I think they've kind of given up on Jürgen Löw. Jürgen Löw has been a very impatient type of manager. He hasn't changed his ways. He does things certain types of systems that just haven't worked. He did obviously some incredible things. He won us a World Cup. He's competed in pretty much every tournament, but the last few have been very underwhelming, and he probably should have left after finishing third in the group stage in the last World Cup that they competed in. He has shown that he's not as stubborn, though. He's brought back Müller. He's brought back Mats Hummels. It's going to be interesting to see the way that these two can kind of hopefully get it together, figure it out. But it's a nice little warm up for the Portugal versus Germany match in the actual Euros. But we'll be going for Germany, man. We will be going for Germany. And Ronnie here hopefully will be here cheering on and telling us how Portugal will do. But in my predictions, I put Portugal second, France first, and Germany in third. I do think the Germans will have a good opportunity of getting out of the group, or any of the teams will getting out of the group who finish in that third spot. I think that there's a good chance that they'll take on Hungary and win, which will give them a chance to get out of it. But I'm excited, man. The Euros will be a lot of fun. Hopefully anyone who's new here to the chat enjoys the channel. We'll like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We're coming up to halftime here. Got another corner. The corners are 6-2 for Germany. Clearly dominating that aspect of the match. Going into the 45th minute. But a very poor corner there. And cleared out pretty comfortably by the Portuguese defender. Muller coming back should give the team a lift, with Kai still on highs of the UEFA Champions League. Yeah, my man, I agree. I think that you have to bring someone back like Thomas Muller. I think Muller's at his best when we play in a 4-2-3-1, man. And I think that you need to play him as a 10 in a 4-2-3-1. It's where he's best. It's where he can show his intellect. It's where he can show what he's comfortable with, what he's made of. I don't think Thomas Muller will be as effective playing in that false 9 opposed to that very dangerous center attacking mid position that he's so good at. But we don't really know. The biggest issue is I don't think Jurgen Love has any influence on who to put as a striker. I don't think he trusts Timo Werner to play there, even though I think that's probably all in all who I would go with is Timo Werner as striker. I know he's had a dreadful season, but he is someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. He has done it very, very well for a very good Leipzig side over the years. But we got about a minute left in the first half here. Germany definitely the better side so far. But I don't know, man. When it comes to it, I just don't want to see them play without an out and out striker. And I know that Timo Werner can be questioned as whether he's better at the wing, whether he's better playing just under the striker, but he has played that striker role before. He's done it to good effect, and I think that's what Jurgen Love needs to do. Otherwise, you're going to see someone like Gnabry or Sané, or potentially Muller playing a false 9, and I just don't think that is the way to go. We got about 20 seconds left in this first half. Why is Dahoud not in the squad? I thought that was crazy that Dahoud was in the squad, man. In my opinion, they should have went for Dahoud over Neuhaus. I don't know why they didn't, especially because when Jurgen Love has brought up Dahoud before, it's been during times he's not played, and he's not played well for the club team, which is Dortmund. And I don't know, it's just a shame that he's in the form of his life. He had an excellent end of the season. He's helped Dortmund get to top 3 in the league, helped them win the Pokal. And now, when you think he'd get called up, he doesn't. He gets left out for Neuhaus. But it's a shame. It's what it is. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Dahoud. But, yeah, it sucks. I wish he would have been there. Musiala should have been in the squad. Musiala, I mean, he's a talented player. Very talented player. I thought he was in the squad, actually. Or if you're talking about today's match squad. Because, yeah, that would have helped. That would have helped a lot. Musiala would have made this a very different looking team. Probably would have played at the 10. What up? How Germany doing? I hope they get the win. And Germany 3rd place today in ice hockey. They did. I am keeping an eye on the Canada versus Finland IIHF final right now. It is in overtime. That match is in overtime for any of you hockey fans out there. But Germany did not pick up 3rd place. They got handily defeated in the bronze medal game today against a very, very tough U.S. team, man. I was surprised that the Canadian team was able to go through that U.S. squad. And now they're in overtime for the gold. It'd be cool to see that. But yeah, I'd like to see Germany take it too, man. I would. How would you guys, for you German national teams fan, how would you like to see your starting 11 for the national team? But yes, I am keeping an eye on. Yeah, good luck with Canada in the final. At the moment, it's weird that you're watching next to football. It is the very un-Canadian thing to do. I'm literally watching. It's halftime now, so I flipped from the watch-along that we're doing because I just happened to see a tweet that said that it was going to overtime. So during halftime, I'm hoping that Canada will score here in the IIHF, take home the gold medal, and then we can switch back to the game for the second half. But I'm curious to see what you guys think, because it's a 2-on-1 for those of you guys who do care. Oh, and they won it. Okay. Oh, they won it. Okay. Some of you guys may not know what I'm talking about, but Canada just won the IIHF World Hockey Championship. they had an awful start to that tournament, man. They did, and they just won it in overtime against the Finns. Wow. All right, it's a good day, man. It's a good day. And now we get to see hopefully Germany. Sorry, Ronnie, my man. Hopefully we'll see Germany take this thing home too as well. But I'm a big Ottawa Senators fan. For those of you guys who do enjoy hockey, so Connor Brown is on this team. He's had a great tournament. But it is hilarious that I'm doing a watch along and I'm watching the game. But that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Made my day that Canada won that. But now we can put our attention back on to football. But it was Logan Paul to Connor Brown it was Nick Paul to Connor Brown, two Ottawa Senators who made that final happen. It's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. You guys who know me on the channel know I'm a massive Ottawa Senators fan. And the fact that Nick Paul just scored the winning goal, assisted from Connor Brown, made my day a little bit. Little love for Canada right there. They won the IIHF championship. Huge shout out to them. Unreal, man. Unreal. Made my day. And just in time to watch them win it, now I can go head back over to the Germany U21 versus Portugal match. But the beautiful game says woohoo to Canada. Pretty cool, my man. Pretty good. But yeah, Canada got it, so we're back focused here. But Canada, like always, beast mode in ice hockey. They are, man. They're not a team that you want to take on. But let's take a look at some of the ratings through the first half here, guys. If you guys want to put in some ratings on some of the players, you're more than welcome to do that. There isn't good coverage really here on FootMob. A lot of times there's a ticker, but I think the ticker's broken because it's not working for the Belgium match, for example. But we can peek in on the Belgium match, see if any of our Dortmund lads are there, because none of them started the match, which is the main reason I didn't do that watch along. But on the bench, you have two of them who could come on. You have Thorgan Hazard, and you do have Thomas Meunier. But Belgium is leading 1-0 against Croatia. But for the German U21s, there was nothing there. But it's showing that the German team is lined up in the 4-3-3. I think it was more of a 4-2-3-1, but nevertheless, there is still a second half here. So if you guys haven't done so yet, please drop a like on the chat. We'll get into some questions here. Germany is looking good. They are. So let's take a look at what you guys would do for the best starting 11 for Germany. And Ronnie, we can do it for Portugal as well if you want. But taking a look at the German men's national team in the Euros this summer, what would your best formation be? Because taking a look at what Jurgen Löw likes to do, he likes doing a 3-4-3. I don't think that's the best way to go. I would go with a 4-2-3-1. I think that screams what the German men's national team is all about. Neuer would be between the sticks. Klostermann, in my opinion, would be the right back. Hummels and Sula would be the two center backs. I'm trying to think who would go at left back. I don't know. That's tough. I'm actually gonna bring the team up. We'll do it for both Portugal and Germany. We'll put together a starting 11 for them. But for Germany, I'm definitely going with a 4-2-3-1. I'm going to put Neuer in net. I'm going to go Klostermann right back. I'm going to go Hummels and Niklas Sula as the two center backs. I'm going to go Robin Gosens as our left back. Two center mids, we're going to go Kimmich and Kroos. Or the two defensive mids, Kimmich and Kroos. The cam, I'm going to put Muller. Right wing, Gnabry. Left wing, Sane. Striker, Timo Werner. That would be my best 11 for Germany at the Euros. I know it's a different feel, but I have a feeling, unfortunately, they will probably go with the 3-4-3. And in that case, probably Werner drops out, man. I don't know. Like, if you're doing a 3-4-3, it would be probably Neuer. Right wing back would be Klostermann. Center backs would be Rudiger. Hummels at the central center back. Niklas Sula. and then Gozens, who can play left wing back very well. Then you'll still probably see the two center mids of Toni Kroos and Joshua Kimmich, with then Sane, Gnabry at the wings, and then probably Muller as a false 9 or Werner there. So two kind of different looking starting 11s. Neuer, Kimmich, Rudiger, Hummels, Gozens. So you would have Kimmich at right back, and you could do that, because that way you would get Goretzka on the pitch, which I'm assuming which you're going for, which is not a bad look at all. Neuer and then Kimmich playing at the right back slot, which I don't mind it. I don't mind that at all. Then you're going Rudiger over Niklas Sula, who Rudiger has had obviously a fantastic end to his season, Champions League winner. So I mean, it is fair. You have Hummels in there as well with Gozens. And then you got Kroos, Goretzka as the two central mids. It looks like you are going with a cam. So you'll go Sane, you'll go Gnabry on the wings, Muller as cam, and then Havertz as the striker. That is interesting, man. That is interesting. I didn't even think of putting Havertz up front. He plays more of that false 9 role than anything else. But yeah, I respect it, man. I respect it. It'll be interesting to see how they get on from that. I know Werner has those short little legs that looks like they're not moving fast, but he is really that good. I mean, I watched Timo Werner a lot at Leipzig when he put up those 28 goals, man. So I have good memories of Timo Werner. This season's Timo Werner was an absolute disaster. He could not time a run to save his life. He constantly put himself offside. He would stop any attacking play that would happen. He's a totally different striker than what he once was at Leipzig, and it was an absolute shame, man. But I don't know. I don't know if he's able to recover from that form, man, because he took a lot of hate on social media this year. Let's see if we end up seeing Kimmich at right back at some point. Lots of options in the midfield. Josh is an awesome right back. Yeah, man, and that's an excellent show, because if you're looking at what the German men's national team have strengthened, it's in the midfield. Joshua Kimmich, Goretzka, and Toni Kroos. If you can get all three on the pitch, that's the goal. So if you sacrifice Lucas Klosterman, you throw Joshua Kimmich down at right back, you can have Goretzka and Kroos through the midfield, which, I mean, it's not a bad look, man. It is not a bad look. So it'd be interesting to see if that's what they do. I kind of hope that is something that they look at, because otherwise you could go with that 4-3-3, and in a 4-3-3, you could have Klosterman at right back. You could then have Kimmich, Kroos, and Goretzka as the three central mids. Very dangerous as well. Then you'd have to figure out what you're doing. You'd have Muller playing false 9 with Kimmich, with Gnabry and Sane on the wings. I hope the U21 wins. Otherwise, this will be a sad month if Germany lose the IHF, the U21, and the Euros. Yeah, it was a shame for the IHF. I mean, I didn't think that they were the most, like, one of the stronger teams in the tournament. I didn't think Canada was either. They had a terrible start, and Canada just ended up winning it. So, yeah, I don't know. In the opening half in this match, man, the German U21s have impressed me. I think they deserve a lead. Hopefully they can see it through, but I have faith in Timo. I just can't believe the different player Timo Werner is now at Chelsea compared to what he once was with Leipzig. He was a clinical scorer. I think a lot of it came with the build-up play that happened a little bit differently, but the biggest issue I found with him playing at Chelsea this year is the amount of times he put himself offside. It sounds like a small thing that you think he'd be able to adjust, but he never was able to. He could not time a run. On top of that, when he did, he's a relatively poor finisher this season, and it was quite hard to watch at times. Werner can still do a lot of damage. His speed, he can get behind players. Don't forget about Gundogan in midfield. I completely forgot about Gundogan. Gundogan is another one who can easily get into that starting 11 as well, man. Like, that's tough. There is a lot of depth. That's why the midfield is so important, and playing in a 4-3-3. And you could arguably even push it even more. If you want to get 4 of those players on, Angie, you could put in a 4-3-3, you could put Kimmich at right back. You could have Gundogan, you could have Kroos, you could have Goretzka. Then you could have Muller as your false 9 with Gnabry and Sane. that is getting a ton of talent on the pitch. Would love to see how Muller and Volland could work together. And Kevin Volland is a very versatile player as well. Kevin Volland can play in the wings. Kevin Volland can play as a striker. He played in a 4-4-2 alongside Ben Yedder this season. He had an excellent season with Monaco. That's why he rightfully got a call up. And if we're not having the faith that Timo Werner can lead the line, you could arguably put Volland as the striker. But there's a lot of different options that we have. Especially, it's crazy to think that we can get all 4 of those center midfielders on the pitch. Like I said, Kimmich could easily go back to right back, and then you got Goretzka, Kroos, and Gundogan playing, which is absolutely insane. I think BVB will sign Timo next year, and we're going to rock it. That has been a huge... the biggest one of late is Callum Hudson-Odoi joining Dortmund if Sancho goes the other way. Timo Werner was a big part that could have been used, and if we got the Timo Werner that put up 28 goals in the Bundesliga, it would be a decent idea to bring him back and see him at Dortmund. But he's not a very light individual, in my opinion. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions on him after he left the Bundesliga, kind of took some shots at it. But it will be very interesting to see where he does go and what happens. But second half is coming up, guys. It should be fun. Leao is coming on, the AC Milan striker, a very dangerous individual to have come on the pitch. So a little nerve-wracking to see him come on for the German supporters who are in the chat today. But I'm going to... Just going to throw on the match facts for you guys. Keep an eye on some of the other scores for you guys as well. There you go. And we will be back underway. Second half is coming up. And hopefully Germany can kind of pick off where they left off. But Portugal's going to the bench, and it's probably the right move in my opinion, man. Leao is a fantastic winger / striker. He should be playing very well at this type of level. And I'm a little nervous. Hopefully the boys can do well. Unless Tino totally tanks, I don't think Tuchel will let him go. Yeah, it was interesting when Thomas Tuchel came over to Chelsea. The German connection clearly was trying to revive the 3 German players that we do have. Antonio Rudiger became a completely different player under Thomas Tuchel, became the leader of that back line due to the language that they speak. Obviously, Timo Werner had a lot of minutes this year. He had 6 goals, 8 assists. For a striker of his caliber is quite poor. I know he tried to justify it. He's like, well, I had 14 goal contributions, but again, it's just not enough. You scored 28 goals last year in the Bundesliga. They were expecting a lot more out of you, Timo Werner. But I agree. I don't see those links happening much anymore. I do think Timo Werner will get another shot under Tuchel. As long as Kai Havertz is there as well. I think he's going to be in for a bigger season next year as well. It will be very interesting to see what Tuchel does do. But it's going to be a little bit scary because we got the big question mark around Jadon Sancho, guys, and these rumors are coming fast and furious, and the future of Jadon Sancho is going to be a very big topic over the next few days, and I'm assuming I'll be doing a couple reactions to it. But second half is underway, guys, so if you're new to the chat, you want to drop a like and subscribe if you're new, it's always appreciated. And let me know where you guys are watching from today. We have people all over the globe, which is always a fun thing. But I want to know who here is watching from Germany. Because I am watching from good old Canada. I got my German love that's coming on in the chat. We're hopefully going to see a nice little goal here coming up. Nice ball. I want to see Baku get a little bit more involved in this second half. I think when it comes to him coming up that right-hand flank, he's going to be so important to being able to do this. And if he's able to do it properly, he's going to be able to put balls in the box. He's going to be able to do some important things. And quite frankly, he's just, in my opinion, just a fantastic baller. I absolutely love watching him. But hopefully, let's see what we can do. watching from LA today. Angie, I did not know that you were from LA. Honestly, I thought you were from Germany. So Angie, do you live in LA permanently? Is that obviously where you are from, or whereabouts in the States are you permanently located? LA is a beautiful city. Josh, reports are coming in from Sport 1. If Sancho is sold, then BBB will target St. Just, Malen, and another right back as well. That's very funny, man. That's exactly what I was talking about not that long ago. That's a good ball over to Baku. This is where he's dangerous, man. What a ball. Nice touch. And there it is. Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful finish. Germany takes the 1-0 lead. There's some love for the Germans today, man. That's what Baku can do, man. And I'll get back to the Sancho report comment in a sec. But, I mean, if you're looking for a right back, baby, this is the one you got to take a look for. What a run. What a pass. I said he needs to get a little bit more involved in the game. It was a beautiful, beautiful ball. He takes on the defenders with pace. And look at this little touch. Clearly onside to your main man, your number 9. Back of the net. Germany is up against Portugal 1-0 with just a little bit of class from both. It just makes me think if Dortmund could get this kid, man. Baku is something else. And if you think about what this Dortmund squad needs, we'll get back to your question about Sancho. So, if Sancho is sold, I desperately, desperately want to see Malen, a right back, and St. Just come in. I think with that money, that could reshape this team. Because if you look at it in a couple different ways, you're going to get a lot of money from Jadon Sancho. Yes. If you replace him with someone like Malen, Malen can play on the wings, something else that we obviously need, and can play as a backup striker, which I've been saying to win a league, you need someone who can come in when Haaland may get injured, when Haaland potentially gets tired, gets a red, whatever the purpose be. You need to have a backup option at all times. Malen would give you that and can also play on the wings. On top of that, then you can get St. Just. And St. Just brings you depth, brings you speed, brings you an extra option for a aging Hummels, as well if Akanji and or Hummels picks up reds. Hugely important position. And then the final one I didn't think we would address. If we could get a right back, if we can get this boy right here who I'm mainly watching today, Baku, it would be huge. I think he got so much talent. He can play the right back role like a modern day fullback. And he can also go up the pitch and can contribute from the wing. If we have lack of depth right now on the wingers. And if you bring in Malen who can play on the wing, and if you bring in Baku who can play up the pitch as well, it would be incredible. But that makes me happy, man. That makes me happy to see. See a lot of people in the chat saying goal. Nemecha is underrated. He is, man. He's playing in the Belgium League right now. He's doing wonderful things over there. But it was a beautiful touch. Beautiful touch. Baku had an excellent run. And I can't stress how wonderfully timed that through ball was. And he's just got the composure like you want your number 9 to have, to walk through the keeper and just tuck that in the bottom net. It is nice to see, man. It is nice to see. The German future stars are so underrated. Yes, they are, but they're looking good, man. They're looking good, and I'm surprised, man. Hopefully this German squad can see this thing out. But I did not think they were going to be able to have a deep run quite like this. The Portuguese side's got an opportunity though, and what a block, man. And look at, you can see the love and the passion in this squad. That was an incredible block, very well timed. If it wasn't, it would have been a pen. It was a nice little run though, and it was a beautiful little through ball, but you had to time that perfectly. He did such a good job there. Tough tackle too. Shamar says, yes, 1-0, let's go. It's exciting, my man. Portugal do have a corner here, so the Germans are going to have to get a little bit of a defensive game, and they did pretty well. Josh, do you think Haaland will leave BB this summer? Absolutely not. I think that Sancho will leave this summer, and I think Haaland 100% will not leave this summer. There's probably a good chance he will leave next summer, but there's no way. There's no way the board is going to be able to let both of their stars go There's not a chance that's going to happen. The reality of the situation is that Sancho will probably leave. There does seem to be a gentleman's agreement to let him go if he wants to make that jump back to the Prem. And with that, there's no way that they're going to let Haaland go. They're going to keep him another season, and then they're going to have to take the risk that they may lose him for the release clause, which would just be a shame. But no, he will not leave, so hopefully you guys realize that we will get one more year of Sir Erling Haaland. That's a very poor ball there. Saw England versus Romania game. Sancho struck the crossbar. Unlucky for him. Bellingham came on as a sub. Showed that he can start for England, and he was brilliant for the limited time he had. That's good to hear, my man. I wasn't able, unfortunately, to watch the England game earlier, but that is good to hear. I saw that Sancho was starting. He was playing on the right-hand side, Rashford on the left. Haven't watched any of the highlights or anything of that game, so it's very interesting to know. But I mean, yeah, Jude is a cut above, man. He absolutely is. It's incredible to see how this kid has progressed. But I seem very confident that he's gonna have a big season next year, because he's already had such a wonderful season this year, and hopefully we'll see him come to life even more with that partnership with De Gea. It keeps blossoming. Baku does so well there, man. I've been so impressed watching Baku in this game. I'm hoping Dortmund take a look at him. Wirtz is generational. I mean, I agree. It's funny. I think Wirtz has been relatively quiet in this game, like compared to where I thought he was going to be. I feel like he almost needed to play centrally in this kind of match to get a little bit more touches on the ball. A lot of the times the ball have not come to him out on that right-hand side. He did have a good opportunity where he hit the crossbar on a wicked deflection, but have not noticed him too much, honestly. Baku for me has been huge. Mecca as well has been very, very good up front. We know he's been good. I believe he's leading now the tournament in goals. Who does Baku play for? He plays for Wolfsburg. He had an excellent season for Wolfsburg this year. He's played as a fullback for them, and he's played as a right attacking mid. Wolfsburg plays a 4-2-3-1, similar to what we're going to see from Marco Rosa. Rosa will definitely play a 4-2-3-1. Oh, that's an awful ball there. It finds Florian Wirtz. That's a tough one. It's a good block, and now on the counter is Portugal. But Leao had a poor ball there. But yeah, I mean, Baku's an incredible player this year, and in a 4-2-3-1, playing as a right back in a right attacking mid would come so handy for us. And I just love the way that this kid approaches the game. Very, very smart. You can see it on the assist that he had. He'd be the exact type of fullback I'd look for. Nemeka should win player of the tournament. I agree, my man. And I think he will. Especially scoring in the final like this, having the class to walk around the keeper, having an excellent tournament already. Oh, I like it. The Portuguese have not really posed too much of a threat in this match. They've looked a little disjointed from time to time. But we'll have to see. This game is far from over, man. I want to see Wirtz still get a little bit more involved. I know that they're going to, coming up to the 60th, 70th minute, they're going to tend to want to sit back. They're going to tend to want to relax a little bit. And I just hope that they don't. I hope they still are able to balance it out, go for it. But if you guys are new to the chat right now, please drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new, and let me know where you guys are watching from today. We're watching from Canada, showing some German love here on a Dortmund fan channel. And the Germans are looking good. The Portuguese do have a corner coming in right now, though. Defended very, very well. And again, very, very well defended and very good. Now on the counters where you got to hit. But he turned it over. Had to be a little bit quicker there, man. And Leao was taken out. Nothing much to say about it. Gotta like it. Oh, that's a tough challenge. That's gotta be yellow. And it is. Go Germany. Let's go, my man. So I believe that's the third yellow now picked up for... Or sorry, the fourth yellow of the game. Second for Portugal. 2 for Germany. Or actually, sorry, that is the third yellow picked up. But there is going to be a substitution coming up right now. A couple fresh blood coming on in. Josh, who do you support in the Euros? I will be supporting our good friends, Germany. So for those of you guys who don't know, I'm just going to move this back up here to give you guys a little bit more look for towards the end of the game. But for those of you guys who don't know, my background comes from Germany. My great-grandfather was born in Germany. It's the closest roots I have to another nation. My parents were born in Canada. My grandparents were born in Canada. So I'm very, like I said, I'm very Canadian. But my background is a nice little long ball there. Almost scored from half. But my great-grandfather is from Germany, so I do have some good German roots in my blood. And hopefully we'll see a little bit of luck for the Germans this Euros. But when over my lifetime, the Canadian men's national team has been relatively poor. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch them as much as I'd like. They haven't qualified for a World Cup since I've been here. Oh, it's a good chance there from the Portuguese, but does very well to hold it in. But yeah, I haven't been able to watch the Canadian men's national team as much as I'd like. I haven't been able to watch them compete in a World Cup. So in the Euros and in the World Cup, I've always cheered for Germany. And because of my background of the Germans, it's how I got into supporting Dortmund. And now we have our channel here, and of course we have the relationship with the club, which is absolutely incredible, a dream come true. And it should be fun over the Euros this summer, man, doing watch-alongs on a lot of the games. I'll more than likely be doing all of the German men's national team games. I'll try to get in a lot of the games, too, that got our Dortmund players. So England, Belgium, Portugal's got Guerrero. We'll be keeping a good eye on all of our Dortmund boys throughout the summer. It will be a fun time during Euro month here on JJD TV, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that as well. But let me know which team are you guys supporting at the Euros this summer. Let me know. Because we got Kevin who says that I support German national team. So Kevin, I assume that you're from Germany. Like I said, I'm from Canada, born and raised, and my backgrounds are my major backgrounds of my grandparents and my parents are Canadian. But my great grandpa, right there, he brings in the German blood, which had a big impact on who I followed in the footballing world. But let me know who you guys are going for the Euros this summer. Because for Josh, it is Germany. And Kevin as well. I'm supporting Germany in the Euros. My man. You're at the right channel then to take it on, which is going to be pretty cool. But so what is with the Manchester City profile picture there, my man? Are you from Germany, but City's your favorite team, or you're from somewhere else and City's your favorite team, but you like Germany as your national team? Elaborate, my friend, because I think that's very interesting. Kevin says, I am from New York, but I support Bayern. Interesting. Yes, one of the biggest questions I get when people find out that I'm Canadian is, how do I not support Bayern? Why do I support Dortmund? But I've supported Dortmund since I've been 10 years old. So Alphonso Davies was not playing football in a competitive level at that time. So I don't know. I mean, I could never cheer for Bayern because I'm a Dortmund supporter. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that progresses, because I just always think it's funny when people say, how are you not a Bayern fan because of Davies? And it's like, I was a Dortmund fan first, my man. So I can cheer for Davies during the Canadian men's national team games, but unfortunately I can't really cheer for him for Bayern because I need Dortmund to beat Bayern. But it's a good counterattack here from the Germans. Oh, but Baku doesn't get the right touch. No, I'm from Jamaica, but I support Germany and Man City. Very cool, my man. Do you support the Jamaican national team during the Gold Cup? Will you be cheering them on? How do you feel about the refs this game? Honestly, I mean, I feel a couple of yellow cards were sort of harsh. A lot of refs can be very monotone when it comes to a final. I mean, obviously, if you're referring to the foul I just saw, I mean, I'm a little bit farther behind you guys. The minute I'm at 63 minutes and 25 seconds. So the only way I could watch the game was at that time. So I am definitely a little bit behind some of you guys. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But yeah, right now 63 minutes, 37 seconds. But yes, I'll be supporting Jamaica in the Gold Cup. Makes sense, my man. We'll be doing Gold Cup streams here on the channel as well. Obviously, I'll be doing the Canadian men's national team games, but you never know. We might take on the Jamaican team. But alright, I'm only a minute behind you guys, so that's not too bad. It was hard to find. I was trying to find one that could get me as close as I could to if you guys are watching it live or not. U.S. versus Mexico tonight, final. Who do you think will win? I think Mexico will win. I think that both will definitely obviously be going for it. Huge rivalry. Will be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys will be interested in that game as well. Let me know who you guys think will win between Mexico and the U.S. in the Nations League final, because it's gonna be a tough game, man. Both teams are gonna want it. And she says she's watching this on ESPN. I wish that I had access to ESPN in Canada, man. It's such a shame that it's got everything. It's got absolutely everything. In fact, it's even got this game on it. Like TSN used to have it, but I don't know. They've taken a little step away from the footballing world, which is a shame. If it's the U21 Euro, then how are some of the older players who are 23 being allowed to play? I'm supporting Belgium because of the BVB trio and want to see Belgium's golden generation win something. It's fair to say. It is definitely Belgium's golden generation, and there is 3 beloved, sort of, Belgiums that are on BVB. I mean, we love Witsel. Meunier is not a fan favorite, but, I mean, he is still a Dortmund player. And, of course, Hazard, who's very loved as well. The U23 tournament goes by the year you're born in. And a lot of the times you'll see U23 players at this tournament. It's just the way it is. A lot of these players were available during qualifications, and I can't remember exactly how it goes. But there's a certain age category, so when you do watch this U21 tournament, you will see a lot of U23s. But that should be the oldest you see. You shouldn't see anyone who's 24. U23s is usually the oldest age you will see in this type of tournament, but that is why. Lukaku should be playing in this final. Shake my head. It's a shame. He was on the bench for a couple of the other matches, but the injury obviously was the reason he wasn't able to make it. Would have been incredible, man. 16 years old and could have been in this tournament while hopefully Germany lifts the trophy, but it is a shame. We got YDSA here who says, "Yo, how you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well." Germany's having a couple substitutions come on as well. YDSA, you watching today's match? Okay, I get it now. Thanks, Josh. Not a problem, my friend. I think it's going to be a crazy week, though. I have a feeling that the Jadon Sancho news is gonna go down. I don't know what it is. I got a gut feeling that this transfer is gonna go down. I know it's gonna break a lot of Dortmund players' hearts. It's gonna break a lot of Dortmund supporters' hearts. But it looks like it's inevitable. And I'm very curious to see how they're gonna recruitment and how they're gonna replace these, because they're gonna get a lot of money, man. They're gonna get a lot of money for Jadon Sancho, and I'm hoping that they I'm hoping that they bring in a right back. I really do. I hope that they bring in a talented winger as well as a center back. And like you were telling me, that is what they were looking to target. So it should be interesting. But Portugal's on the break here. Does well. Oh, dangerous ball. Right across goal. Yep, I think Man United is ready to commit. What do you guys think about any type of package deal from United? A lot of people were asking me about that, seeing if a swap deal at any way could be important, throwing in someone like Anthony Martial, throwing in Donny van de Beek. I want to know what you guys think. I'm not for it, really. I think we should just get cash and then go for the type of players that we are looking for. I'm a big fan of Donny van de Beek, but we don't need that position right now. We have 5 good center midfielders. Now, that's if all of them stay. But Donny van de Beek would be helpful, but we're on a tight budget. We need to spend wisely. We need 3 positions. We need another winger. We need a fullback. We need a center back. And we're only going to have a certain chunk of money to use, so taking away some of the cash that United is going to bring us is going to hurt. We need straight cash, and then we need to reevaluate and go for different players. And in my opinion, the players we're going to go for, guess what? Surprise, surprise, aren't going to be in the Premier League. Because, again, the Premier League is expensive. And I don't know. I can't see us targeting anyone in the Prem because they're going to cost too much money. We're not going to get our bang for a buck. And Angie absolutely agrees. She says no swap, straight transfer. And I think that's the only way to do it. I don't want Anthony Martial. I do like Donny van de Beek, but when you have Thomas Delaney, when you have Chan, when you have Bellingham, De Hood, and Witsel coming back from injury, you don't need another body in there. But only players I'd be willing to take from United is Rashford, Bruno Fernandes. They are untouchable, and other United players aren't good enough, in my opinion. Well said, man. Well said, and I agree. I'm not convinced by Anthony Martial. I think he'll cost too much money. He's not what we need. I do like Donny van de Beek, man. I could see maybe going for him a little bit down the road when maybe our finances are fixed up, or maybe take him on a loan deal. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do, but he's not the number one option we need. Does very well there. 20 minutes left to go in this match. Germany is getting close to this trophy, man. Drop a like if you guys are new, if you are a supporter of German football, because I am. And this is going to be big for them. They've been the better team throughout the entirety of this game. They've had a good game plan. Their setup has really made it hard for Portugal to create chances in their 4-1-2-1-2 setup. They've taken advantage of the wings. Baku has been very involved, which is a very important. Very important. I told you guys I was surprised with the way that Florian Wirtz has been in this match. He hasn't been as dominant as I thought he could have been, but Baku's been incredible. I've really enjoyed watching him today. And again, he's right now he's a dream for me to get for a right back position. There is a corner coming up. Poor corner. A very poor corner from the Portuguese side. But they still got it in a dangerous position, man. I do not want to see this thing go to overtime. Nicely defended. The 4 defenders for the German team today have been absolutely fantastic. And that is a very dangerous ball. Look at the speed. He's got one in the middle. Oh, it was the right play. It was the right play, but he still gets it. Oh, to see off the game. Oh, he did so well. He did so well to get in that position. And then he lost the ball, and then he somehow got it back. Oh, he should have killed it off right there. It should be 2-0. But what a ball there. And look at the takedown with speed. He went for the original cutback, and then he fell, but somehow still got the ball back. Was able to turn. go in, had the keeper fooled, but the keeper had an excellent strong leg there. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. That would have put it to bed. An excellent save, though. Angie says that she would take Gundogan back, but that won't happen. And heck yeah, I support Germany. I like it. I like it. But yeah, I mean, I would like... Gundogan's got a huge soft spot in every Dortmund supporter. I mean, I think they would definitely take him back. But again, he's not a position that we need to bring him back. We have someone who, in my opinion, plays the game very similar to how Gundogan did. That is De Hood. I think De Hood's just going to keep getting better and better. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to see next season, hopefully with the way that we've been able to get this team together. I think Marco Rose come in is going to answer those question marks, because a lot of people were wondering what Terzic could do, if he could do it at every type of level when it came to being able to take on a team like Bayern, consistency throughout the season, taking on teams like Stuttgart, taking on teams like Union Berlin. And having Marco Rose come in with that little bit of experience, I think is going to be able to tighten things up defensively, to get things done. And I'm very, very excited to see what Bellingham and De Hood can bring to this squad next season. It's a good opportunity here. Oh, it's a poor effort. Very poor effort. A little over 15 minutes to go in this match, though, guys. It's a good shot from distance, though. Out for a corner for the Germans. Attempts on target are 5-1, so it shows kind of the way that the game has been going. Defended very easily at the near post. How was Wirtz? I thought he was very quiet in today's match. I was saying beforehand, I thought him and Baku would be the two most important players on this German squad. Baku, in my opinion, has been absolutely incredible in today's match. He's been one of, if not the best player on the pitch. Wirtz, I thought, was very, very quiet. He did have a good opportunity. He had a nice shot from distance, had a deflection, went off the crossbar and down, almost went in. But other than that, man, he's just been very, very quiet. And I don't know what it is. I just feel like in a match like this, he needed to play a little bit more centrally. He was playing as a right winger. And it was tough. It was a tough go for him. He obviously was taken off on the 67th minute. And yeah, I mean, it was a little below average, I guess, for a player of his quality. But I mean, you can't do it on all stages. You needed your team to pick up where you left off, and they did just that. A lot of the players today, the back four have been incredible. Baku, like I said, coming up and down the pitch, basically was playing as a winger as well. It's a lot of good things to see from this squad, and rightfully so. They have a 1-0 lead. They should have got a second one, and hopefully that won't come and bite them, because this Portuguese side is going to be putting a little bit of pressure on the German squad, especially because they haven't been going for it of late. They've been kind of holding on for a little bit, in my opinion. That's a good ball there, though, and does very, very well. And Nemax should move to a mid-table Bundesliga side. I agree. I think trying to think of who needs a striker. Because I mean, nothing obviously against the Belgium league, but he's done so well for Anderlecht. I think it's time for him to make that step to the Bundesliga. I'm trying to see where a fit can come from him. I'm trying to see if a striker may leave. I'm having a struggle to see where I could place him. I keep thinking, like, if Weghorst ended up leaving Wolfsburg, he could slot in there. He could have a good system over at Gladbach. Oh, there we go. Frankfurt. Not that Frankfurt would be mid-table, but there's a chance Andre Silva could leave, and on top of that, there's a chance Luka Jovic doesn't come back. So that would be a good look for him as Frankfurt, in my opinion. 77th minute, though, friends. Starting to get into those nitty-gritty moments in this match. Sancho would be a fool if he goes to United, who have so many holes to fill if they don't understand. BVB are a better project. I don't understand if he wants to go back to England, but United is just stupid. It's an interesting take. Obviously he came from City. I don't think he really wants to go back to City, because if you're looking to go to a team where you're going to find probably the most success, it would be Manchester City. Now, saying that, there's also Chelsea, Liverpool, and of course United interested in him. Now, Liverpool, I don't think have the money to even come close to competing for him. They had to get rid of Mane or Salah. If that did happen, he could slide into that team, but I still don't think they could pull it off. They have a little bit of financial troubles right now, which leaves Chelsea or United, who are the two front runners. And it's funny because Sancho is a Chelsea supporter. That's what he grew up doing. So seeing that there could be a role there for him and he chose to go to United, I don't know. And I'm just not convinced by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't think he's a good enough manager to take this United squad anywhere. And they are looking to re-sign him. So I do take your point that United one is an interesting one because him, like I said, him being a Chelsea supporter, Chelsea interested. Thomas Tuchel is a much, much better coach. And they just won a Champions League. They may look to shift someone like Callum Hudson-Odoi, like Ziyech, maybe Werner. Like there could be something there. But yeah, I don't know what it is, why he wants to go to Old Trafford so badly, but that does look like where he's going to go. And they'll probably play in a 4-2-3-1. Sancho will be on one of the wings with Rashford. Cavani will be as a striker. Fernandes will be your 10. So very interesting. But it does seem like he wants to go back to England. I think that is the case. And yeah, I guess United's the one that they're going to. I just think for Jadon, he needs to find a better manager, man. I really do. Dortmund is a good project. They will be able to reinvest all that money they get from Sancho into 3 areas that we desperately need to replace him: a right back and an extra body in the center of the park as the center back position. But a little turnover there. Nice little run. Oh, another good save. Another very, very good save. That was Germany again. Should have had 2-3 golden opportunities to put this game to bed. Oh, that's a foul for sure. All right. So someone mentioned the ref earlier in the match, man. And I said that he was a little harsh with the yellows at time to time, considering it's a final. But he has went 3 or 4 times against Germany. That was a clear foul. A couple times earlier, there was one that wasn't a foul that they gave. He's been a little bit inconsistent, but that was a little shocking. I don't know how he didn't give that, but if Baku wasn't the best player on the pitch for Germany, the Portuguese keeper has been absolutely lights out. He's been quite incredible. And I've very much enjoyed watching him today. I've very much enjoyed watching Baku as well. Costa has been incredible. Good keeper. He doesn't have a lot of regular minutes. He's in the FC Porto B side. He's only played a couple times for the for Porto. But I mean, we should have been able to find a way to kill this thing off. We've had too many chances. We've dominated the game. We have taken one, but getting close to the last thing, we're gonna see Portugal put a little bit more forward here. I do like how the ref doesn't keep stopping the game, though. That is true. I mean, I always think that there's a different approach to when a ref takes on a final game. They got to be careful that they can make the game as balanced as they can. They can sometimes, that first or 1 or 2 yellows could take a little bit to actually become a yellow. It's a very tricky thing to take on a final like this, but I think he's been a little bit inconsistent with some of his calls. Most of them kind of hurt Germany, but all in all, like you said, he has let them play. He hasn't broken up the tempo of the match, but we're gonna see. Another substitution coming up for the Portuguese. There's much under 10 to go, guys. Don't want to lose momentum. No, you do not. Under 10 minutes to go. The pressure is going to come on. See what this young back line can do for the German the German U21s. They've been quite incredible today. I've been very impressed with how well organized they've been, how balanced they've been when attacking, when defending. It's been a lot of fun to watch. You think Rashford deserves a spot in the senior call-up? He has 9 goals, 9 assists, and 29 appearances. Great numbers for a midfielder. He's also versatile, can play box-to-box, CDM, and as a cam. I do think he'll be one for the future. And I think, for example, like people were mentioning, maybe go for Donny van de Beek. The reason I don't see that happening is because, like I said, the depth and as well as him. If, for example, Thomas Delaney leaves, that still leaves us with 4 good center mid / CDMs, as well as Toby, who can come up when needed, could maybe get integrated a little bit more in this side. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely see him having a play, and I think it's the main reason we won't go out to sign a CDM, as well as we just don't have the money. Let's see what kind of mentality our little guys have to keep fighting. I'm getting a little nervous. 10, probably with everything on injury time and everything, there's going to be under 10 to go. And the substitution's coming in. This game is almost over. I'm getting nervous, man. How can Norway, with players like Haaland and Odegaard, lose to Greece? It's a balance issue. Odegaard, fantastic player. Berg's another good one who plays as one of their CDMs. Haaland, obviously we know what Haaland can do, world class. But when it comes to the rest of the squad, it's a huge gap. And when Haaland and Odegaard are used to playing at the level that they're playing at, and you get put into a team that is run a little bit differently, it can make it a little bit more difficult to be able to mesh with those type of players. And you see it with this Norway side. This side looks on paper that they could get it done with some of the big talents that they have. But Greece has a more balanced team. They have a more balanced team without any big superstars. And that's why you see it sometimes has trouble breaking it down. But a little frustrating because you want to see Norway do well because of our boy Erling Haaland. But I think Haaland's got some frustrating times coming up, playing with some of the big European nations across Europe and across the world. His Norway side just isn't there yet. Same as Poland have Lewandowski, no depth with a footballer of the year. It's a good example. I do personally think that Poland's much farther developed than Norway is. But I take your point nonetheless. Like Poland could go for a run in the Euros. I don't think they'll ever win it, but quarters, maybe a lucky semifinal appearance. It's not out of reach because they do have some depth. The Norway lads are just a little under that, but we will have to see, man. We will have to see. But there's only a few minutes left in this match before we wrap it up. 1-0 for the Germans. It has been fun. Messi with Argentina is the same. Yep, and again, like Messi's level compared to the other Argentines is just a cut above. It's a cut above. It really is. But there's 3 minutes to go, guys. And it's a little nerve-wracking. You can't just rely on one player. You can't, and especially as I find as a striker, you need service. You need service to be able to be a top striker. And Lewandowski, as good as he is, Haaland, as good as he is, if you don't have that supporting cast for your Norway national team, for your Polish national team, it's going to make it very difficult to be able to do something. But we're getting there, man. We're getting there. Germany is very close to lifting this thing. It's a tough day for the Germans who support ice hockey. The AAHF, they finished 4th, got a spanking today against the States, but right here, is a chance to lift the big trophy for the Euro U21s. In my opinion, they deserved it, hands down. Portugal is going to throw a little bit towards them towards the end of this game. Does very well there. Does very well. Leao is going to be someone who's going to be dangerous. Nice ball whipped in and defended well again and pushed off and cleared out for the speed on the counter. Doesn't get it right. No, Argentina has a great team, but Messi in the Argentine kit isn't the same as Messi in the Barca kit. Yes, but again, I do think some of that has to have with the supporting cast. His Barca teams are much better than the Argentine teams, but there's always been something with the Argentine team because there is a lot of talent who play for Argentina. They just can't seem to get it right and aren't able to intertwine Messi the way that they should. Because like Lautaro Martinez is a fantastic player. They got a lot of young talent there as well. But there is a late corner or late free kick coming in here. Midfield is key. I don't agree. I think Argentina have great players. Lautaro, Ocampos, Icardi, Di Maria. They just rely on Messi too much and they can't get a lot done with their current. I agree with that. Instead of giving those players who you just mentioned an opportunity to do some of the things that they're good at, they just want to put the ball to Messi's feet and make him do everything. And Messi just hasn't been able to find that kind of chemistry with these players like he has playing with Barca. You can't do that over a short period of time, which is why you haven't seen a ton of success at that Argentine squad. I mean, yes, they were a goal away from winning a World Cup, but I don't see them, for example, doing anything in the Copa America. I don't see them doing anything in the World Cup. But very good to defend. Oh, that's a foul for sure. That is great way to break up the play. Very well defending that set piece from the Germans. Argentina is too involved with politics. You were spot on there. The 90 minutes has been played. We are in extra time, guys. Only 4 minutes to go, and then this thing is over. Four minutes, and Germany did very well there to break that up. And of course, to kill some time here, they're gonna make a couple substitutions, as they should. Launching this one forward. It was quite a tournament, because as you guys know, with the U21 tournaments, usually it's done over the summer. But because of COVID, because of how challenging it was to get these games in, they've done it over a good chunk of time. So a different kind of way. Picked up a yellow there. But it's still cool that they're able to get the tournament done. They're 3 minutes away right now. 3 minutes away. Germany's doing another substitution. Man, he's yellow card happy now. That's a yellow card you're going to have to take no matter what. But they're so close, man. Getting a little bit nervous here. Does very well to control that. 1 minute. Let's go. 1 minute remaining in this game, guys. Why are the finals such low-scoring affairs? Happy with the German young guns, though. I think it's a bit of nerves, a bit of a chess battle to see who's going to put the men forward, who's not. I think the Germans had a great game plan today. I thought they were the better side. I thought they should have had 2 or 3 goals. They were able to get the one that mattered so far. They were able to shut down. The back four was excellent. Baku was my man of the match, if you're asking me. It was an incredible performance. But they're almost there, guys. They're almost there. Be a good day for German football. Be sure to drop a like, show some love for our young German lads. Hopefully Dortmund scouts are watching this game. Hey, I said I was trying to keep an eye on some of these young guns, but I mean the one who I just want more than anything is Baku, man. I want him, I need him. He's a perfect fit for Dortmund, exactly what we need every stretch of the way. But I agree with you, Mike. I'm assuming for sure some Dortmund scouts are going to be watching this match. Deutschland. Quite beautiful, man. Talented group of young players. Definitely weren't the favorites going into this tournament. Hopefully it'll be a little bright spot for the Euros this summer, because again, our German men's national team is definitely not going to be one of the favorites of the tournament either, but it's going to be there. But they did so well. The game is over. They have won the Euro U21's. Huge, massive shout out to this German squad. Absolutely incredible. It's such an achievement, man. Such an achievement. A lot of you guys in the chat will absolutely love it. Germany should send this team to the Euros. I mean, arguably they could have brought Baku. But this is a good young team. Incredible achievement. So cool to see them get this done. And yeah, I'm genuinely proud. Happy to be able to cover it here. Happy to see them do something I wasn't quite sure that they were going to be able to do at the beginning. But Angie's absolutely fired up. Kevin's fired up. It's all over. And the Euro U21s have come back to Germany, man. And it's good to see. It's very cool. I was very excited to do a watch along this game. I'm hoping you guys really enjoyed it as well. But it's I don't know. It's quite incredible. It's quite incredible to see what happened, man. 1-0 final. A little bit of love. Sorry for the Portuguese supporters we might have had in here, but very proud. Hope you guys enjoyed the watch along. Please drop a like on the way out. Definitely subscribe if you guys are new. Awesome day for the German football, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Love you guys. We'll talk to you guys soon.